Oh, Madawi is someone I've done videos on before. Well, her supposed journalism. No, she writes a column for the Guardian. Um, I'm just baffled by why she's actually employed and why they actually give her money, because it's always very short and just completely pointless. I did do a video before when she had a problem with the gender swap app that came out, and how it was troublesome because of it was troublesome. Just watch the fucking video. She thought that was troublesome. Now this new face app, you've probably seen it. People making themselves look old. Like someone done it to me. Put it on Facebook, making me look like an old man. I ain't even commented on it. I've done it, given the silent treatment. I was like, nah. No, you don't do that to me. Let me look into the future and shit my pants. Do you know what I mean? But she's got a problem with it. Has she got a problem? I don't know. She's got a problem with everything. This girl. She's a lunatic. Is FaceApp an evil plot by the Russians to steal your data? Not quite. Did anyone think that? Did anyone think that it was? Why is it all this? What is this obsession with the Russians and the persecution of Russia? What is the obsession with Russians being behind everything? Oh, the Russians did it. It's like, what is the smokescreen the Russian? Oh, it's the Russians doing it. Like, isn't it someone else doing this stuff? Why is it always the Russians? Why is it Russia this, Russia that? You get all these people saying, oh, Russian collusion. All the Russians and Trump, all the Russians and Brexit. But then you got people going, oh, but that attack in Salisbury, well, that wasn't the Russians. That was probably an inside job of the MFO. It's like, what is wrong with you, man? What is who are you? Leave. Just exit the room, please. Following the panic over this viral app, has there been panic? I think it's the panic of looking to the future and going, God, that's terrible. The moral of the story is, don't worry too much about the Russians. You should worry about everything. Oh, well, thanks, Awa. Great. We should worry about everything. Well done, you. See, look, this is what it does to you. It ain't cool. There's nothing funny about this. Over the last few days, the hashtag faceappchallenge has taken over social media. This challenge involves downloading a selfie editing tool called FaceApp and using one of its filters to digitally age your face. You then post a photo of your wizened old self on the internet, and everyone laughs uproariously. I know, it's age shaming, isn't it? It's ageism at its worst. You get a small surge of dopamine from gathering a few online likes before existential ennui, I don't even know that fucking word, sets in once again. Challenge completed. I ain't gonna get any hits of dopamine, right? From people liking the fact that my old ass face is on the internet. Like, it's not gonna happen. No. On Monday, as the FaceApp challenge went viral, Joshua Nozzi, a software developer, warned people to be careful with FaceApp. It immediately uploads your photos without asking whether you chose one or not. Some media outlets picked this claim up, and privacy concerns about the app began to mount. Concern escalated further when people started to point out that FaceApp is Russian. I know. Well, you wouldn't. I mean, it's all right. If it was owned by like one of those countries, you shouldn't be. But the Russians, it's easy to point the finger at the Russians, isn't it? It's like, oh, it's the Russians. No, they're not gonna be offended. They're lunatic. Oh, it's fine. Let's blame the Russians. Anyone else going? Oh, you don't want to talk about any other groups of people or nationalities. Like shh, no, please, not here. But this is perfectly acceptable xenophobia. Apparently, is to do with Russians. I'm not a big fan of Russians, but it's bizarre to me how it's like, oh no, it's fine. You can blame the Russians. You can talk about Russians. That's fine. Anyone else though? No. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing, you racist? What, Russia? Oh, is it what the Russians did this? Like, that's fine, is it? This is the world, is it? This is how it is it? This is the nonsense land you want to live in? Is it? So when people started to point out FaceApp was Russian, the app that you're willingly giving all your facial data to says the company's location is in St. Petersburg, Russia. What are they going to do? They're going to make a robot of you and it'll kill you and they'll take up your life. Like Face Off or saying, you'll be like fucking Invasion of the Body Snatchers. You'll be this weird ass Russian version, just walking around going, "Oh, thank you, mama, I love you." And you know, do some weird shit with your mum and shit. Oh, the bastards. You know, he tweeted the New York Times, Charlie Warzel. And we all know what those Russians are like, don't we? They want to harvest your data for nefarious purposes. Unlike American techies, of course, who are always deeply respectful when it comes to personal data and only use your private information to make the world a better, more connected place. I was actually said something good there. Well done, you. I knew one day we'd be able to connect. I'm still going to rip the piss out of you, although. By Wednesday, things had calmed down a little bit. A French security researcher who uses the pseudonym Elliot Anderson. How do you know it's a pseudonym? You've never done any research in your life, Arwa. What are you talking about? Ran a check on the app and found it was not actually uploading your entire camera roll, just the photo you were modifying, which is what you'd expect from an app like that. Well, you're blatant. Like, come on, you stupid. Speaking to me over the phone. Oh, it was over the phone. It wasn't by email, it was over the phone. Arwa was on the phone. She was on the phone. That's very important. It's a very important addition to this. She was on the phone. Alderson said he couldn't find any evidence it was stealing all your data. It was just getting your device ID and your device model, which again is pretty much to be expected. The reason the app was causing such a fuss, Alderson hypothesized, was because of the fears about Russia. That's right. It's the Russian thing, because it's all right to be scared of Russia. FaceApp also responded to the controversy, telling 9to5Mac, whatever that is, on Wednesday that it might store some uploaded photos in the cloud for the performance and traffic reasons. It also said that while the app's core R&D team is located in Russia, the user data is not transferred to Russia. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. You know, that makes me feel so much better, because they won't have access to the cloud at all. As more information about FaceApp came out, Nazi, the developer who helped raise the alarm about the tool, issued a lengthy mea culpa and deleted his original tweets. Oh, well done, because no one would be able to find them, would they? Job done. Wurzel, well, the way he's called Wurzel, also deleted his tweets about FaceApp, stating that his comments about it being Russian were being misinterpreted. I don't think they were they? My frame of reference for them came from reporting I'm doing on different apps, accessing data, sending it places we wouldn't assume, third parties, not governments, he tweeted. What are you talking about, bruv? Shut up. So does this mean everything is fine? Should we feel free to partake in the FaceApp challenge without worrying about our photos being misused? How are they going to misuse your old ass photo? What are they going to do? Saying, this is you in the future, you're a rapist. I don't even understand it. Well, no, not exactly. According to FaceApp's terms of service, when you use the app, you grant it perpetual, irrevocable, non-exclusive, royalty-free, worldwide license to do whatever it wants with your photos. However, while this may be awful, it's worth pointing out that it's the same as the privacy policy of basically every other tech service and platform. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if Arwa knows, to be honest, because I don't think she would have looked it up. If you refuse to partake in the FaceApp challenge because you were worried about your privacy, good for you. However, I wouldn't feel too smug yet. Chances are your face is already in a database somewhere, helping to train artificial intelligence AI to take over the world, as Adam Harvey, a privacy expert, pointed out to me over email. Because she's really, I know the way she's really, I was like, I spoke to this guy on the phone and someone told me over email this. Like, I do actually have contacts. I actually speak to people. I don't just sit in my overpriced, crappy London flat typing out bullshit all the time without, experiencing the real world. I speak to people. Did you know I speak to people? I send emails and have phone calls. I actually have phone calls with people. Have you ever had a phone call with someone? I have. Google researchers disclosed that they used at least 8 million user images to train face recognition, and Facebook researchers mentioned using at least 10 million users. Well, look, you'd be done. I mean, I guess not a lot of people know how, the business world works, and like business models like Facebook and Google, people wonder, like, why is Facebook worth billions and billions and billions? People are like, why is it? Why is Snapchat? Why is Snapchat valued at like 9 billion or whatever it was, originally? Because of this kind of shit. This is the future. Like, they're thinking about stuff that you would never think about. Their daily grind is like going, well, you want robots to recognize people's faces and this and this and this. You ain't thinking about none of that shit. You think it's harmless. I'm going to do a face swap. I'm going to put some bunny ears on me and take a cute photo. And really, there's some robot out there working out how it's going to tear your face off and impregnate you with robot babies. You just, people aren't thinking about this kind of thing, are they? In May, Google researchers also disclosed that they had used 2,000 YouTube videos of people doing the mannequin challenge, the viral challenge, where you stay still. Oh, thanks for reminding us what a mannequin is. To help train an AI model on predicting the depth of a moving object in a video. The researchers also released their data set for future research, meaning there's no say how the data will be used in the future. Alright, look, I hate to break it to you, but like, YouTube is a public domain. Like, it's public. When you upload a video to YouTube, people can use it for what, I know you work in old school media, you don't understand, but there's something fair use. It's like, once it's out there, right? It's not yours anymore in certain, right? Do you understand? It's out there. So you're saying it's like this big revealing thing. It's like, it's not. Everyone knows it's used for all kinds. Someone could cut and paste this and do a hit job with me. Have fucking animated dicks flying into my face and shit. They can do that if they want. Do you know what I mean? I'll do it back to them once I learn how to do it. But, it's like, yeah. You just trying to make it all terrifying. Oh my god, do you know they can do this? It's like, it's public domain shit, you idiot girl. The researchers also released their data for the future research, meaning there's no saying how that data will be used in the future. The video you made as a joke might be helping to train anything from a self-driving car to a killer drone. Really? A killer drone, you say? You don't even have to upload anything to the internet yourself for your phone to end up training AI technology. Earlier this year, it was reported that the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs has secretly been photographing students for facial recognition study. Images of more than one. You're really going off topic. I mean, look, we're talking about a face app thing and people being scared of Russians. You're talking about uploading photos. This is people secretly taking photos of people. Have you seen photographing students for facial recognition study? Images of more than 1,700 people were collected between 2012 and 2013 without their knowledge or consent. That's completely different. That's like something else. That's something else. If you're a big enough idiot to like, that's different. That's like pervy shit. That's creepy as fuck. Those photos went into a dataset used for training facial recognition algorithms. The funding for the dataset came from the U.S. intelligence and military agencies. See, that's actual scary shit. The rest of this stuff, Facebook, we know this. Everyone kind of knows this now. The moral of this story is that you shouldn't worry too much about a Russian app. You should worry about everything. We are only just beginning to understand the extent of which we live in surveillance hell. We are only just beginning to realize that our faces no longer belong to us. They've been privatized. Oh, shut up, Aaron. They haven't been. Your face hasn't been privatized. It's still your fucking face. Calm it down a bit. This is the same thing with all this technology. It's like one person will say there's nothing to be scared of. And I'm not talking about, evil megalomaniacs. And other people will be like, oh, we should be terrified. Yeah, there's way too much surveillance. Way too much. There is. But, what are you doing about it? What are you going to do about it? I don't know. We're beginning to understand that we live in a surveillance hell. Some of us have known this for fucking decades, a long time. You're not cute to be pointing it out. You know what I mean? It's not cute. You work for the wrong team anyway to be talking about this stuff. Don't be fear-mongering people into going against tech giants. You are all enemies. The media is an enemy. The tech giants are enemies. You're all enemies of the people at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned. So you're all part of this hell.